No other mountain makes me feel quite the same way as Snowdon.
Hello.
Hi.
This is Kat.
And this is Kerry.
And we are Tea in Valhalla. Today we're going to do a hashtag video. Hashtag my favourite trail.
UK version!
Yes. Hashtag my favourite trail. This was started over the pond by our friend Brad as the crow flies hiking, and also paid forward by Bohemian adventurers Cody and Molly. So thank you guys for giving us the opportunity for us to show you our favourite trail.
Yes. So today our favourite trail is going to be the Watkins Path, including some of the Rydoo Path up and from Snowdon Peak.
Yes. And for those of you that don't know, Mount Snowdon is the tallest mountain in England and Wales. And
it's situated in Snowdonia in North Wales.
Yes, about 7 or 8 different routes, different trails, but we're going to show you the Watkins Path. We're going to have a video running as we talk about this path, but we're going to just try and recall from memory, to be honest with you.
Yes, so the path itself, it starts from zero. It is sea level.
Yep.
So it is the longest path. It takes about, I think it's about 4 miles up, 4 miles down, obviously. Yep. And it takes about between 6 and 7 hours to do the trip up and down.
Yeah, the footage we're going to be showing you is from November 2019.
Yes.
It was the 1st of November, I remember it well. It was an absolutely beautiful morning. And like you said, Kat said, the path starts at ground zero and you're straight up the path into a lovely old forest.
Oh, this forest is beautiful. It had some beautiful little wooden bridges. It had waterfall the whole way down, practically.
Streams, waterfalls.
Yeah.
And I think as you leave the forest, you're greeted by the open tracks.
This sudden open track. Well, that's open only because they had mining there, so that was actually felled. So I think that woodland probably would have spread right the way up, but it had been felled because there is they've kept a water area there. Can you see where they've sort of reservoired the water? That was all for the mining there. They had slate mining there. And I think they also had copper, didn't they? They had copper.
Is that what some of the buildings, as you were going up the path, we could see lots of buildings?
Yes, that's all from the slate mines. The path itself is not actually as old as you think it is. It was only opened by Gladstone, which was our Prime Minister at the time, in 1892.
Oh wow.
And it was the whole place, and the name, the actual Watkins Path, is named after Sir Edward Watkins, which was also a Member of Parliament, but he was also a railway entrepreneur.
So yeah, he was a visionary really, and he understood that Snowdon would become quite a tourist attraction.
Okay.
So he just took some of the existing miners' track that was already there, and then created a track further on from the miners' buildings up towards Snowdon, and made it the Watkins Path.
For all the visitors?
For all the visitors, yes. It was purely for tourism, really. And also at this junction, guys, I'd like to say I apologise for our terrible pronunciation of any Welsh word.
As we leave the kind of area where you see all the miners' buildings and the sort of the streams and the waterfalls and everything, beautiful area, great place to stop and have a cup of tea as well, I think we did at that point.
Yeah.
And then you start to sort of twist round to the right and you start to head up towards Llywelyn. And it's another part of the Snowdon tracks, and again where it starts to really feel that you're on the mountain. Then
it does. And I love that from there you can actually see Snowdon.
Yeah.
So the Snowdon Peak, you see that, and you can see all of the Rydoo Ridge then, which is just really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's something we hadn't seen before until that point, because we'd actually only climbed from the proper pig track side a few times, and the Ranger side, which is on the opposite side. So, and we've not done the full Rydoo Path yet. No. So when we saw that, we were just thought, oh my god, we were blown away.
It's absolutely fantastic, and also the views back down into Snowdonia as well. We couldn't stopping. We had a beautiful clear day for it, and we were just constantly getting a crook in our neck, and just where we'd stop and looking back down over Snowdonia.
Unbelievable. It was breathtaking. It's probably one of the most beautiful tracks I have ever experienced, and every moment of it you're thinking, my god, I can't believe it, and you're just taking photos constantly. It was a bit ridiculous how much we stopped. And when you get to that plateau, you can actually look over and you see the lakes. So this is where the copper mining was. You can see the lakes that they dammed for the mining as well. And it's absolutely fantastic. And it's actually, the legend goes that King Arthur threw Excalibur into that lake. So, which obviously should be on screen for you now. And it is also breathtaking, because when you look over, when you're there, when the light is on it, it's the bluest of blue, isn't it?
It's just fantastic.
And I presume it's from the minerals in the water, but it's just, it does look magical, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, you stand on that plateau, you look back down over the miners' track, over the pig track. You can see Creepglock in the background as well.
So you can see people
yeah,
dangerously going across Creepglock.
Tiny ants going across Creepglock. And the old footings of the buildings and stuff as well. You just really get a feel of the history.
Yes, you do.
And the myths and the legends that surround the place as well.
So yeah, as you get to that plateau, you then see a nice little sign that points you up towards Snowdon Summit.
Yeah, and it gets really sort of steep here, doesn't it?
Yeah,
this
very
is
steep.
A very scree part of the track. Very steep incline, very loose underfoot. It's quite tricky for someone like myself. Poor balance, bit of vertigo. You have nothing to your left, so you're very exposed. You've got these wonderful views back down over Snowdonia, but also very little to sort of grab a hold of or make you sort of feel steady. So set cat ahead at that point.
Yeah, there's literally nothing to hold on to. It's not scrambling as such, it's crawling up screen. And then the final third has actually been put stones into it, so it's actual proper stairway now, and that was done by the volunteers of the Snowdonian National Park. I think in the end they'll probably have it all the way down, but obviously with the issues this year, that none of that's been continued. So it's still just the final third at the moment, which is steps. And they are fantastic. I mean, it's much needed as well on that piece of screen.
Yeah, it's a very busy mountain, isn't it? So
extremely.
It gets a lot of footfall, needs a lot of maintenance, and thankfully to the mountain team that look after all the volunteers, brilliant work.
So you get to that point, and then you've got another little sign, haven't you, saying one way to the Raidu Path, and the other one up to the Snowdon Summit.
You also get your first sort of real glimpse out towards the coast as well, don't you?
You do. It's the first time you see the coast. You also see over to the Ranger Track, don't you?
Yeah, back down into the valley of the Ranger Track, back down towards Bec Alert, and just breathtaking.
But at the moment, do you see the cafe straight away? Or
do you
have to go up a little?
I think you've got to keep climbing up.
Keep going, and in the end, you just start to glimpse the top of the cafe. Well, I call it the cafe. It's the railway station.
You've got a few more 100 metres to go.
Yeah, and it's steep as well.
I think it's 200 metres before you get to the summit.
Yeah, and eventually you get to the summit. Now, with the summit, I know there's been a little bit of controversy over the past year that suddenly it's really, really busy. But that summit's been busy every time I've ever been there for the last 15 years. I don't understand what the controversy is. That's always been a busy summit.
It's a busy summit. It's an accessible mountain. It's a brilliant, for that reason, it's brilliant. People can get up there, all the different tracks that we mentioned, all the different trails that we mentioned.
And of course, in the summer, it has the train, so it means it's very accessible for people.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. And I know it does cause trash and all the rest of it, but we need accessibility. There has to be ways of people that aren't able to do certain things to enjoy these mountains.
But the people that do get up there, that don't often do it, they do need to respect, the outdoors, respect those green spaces, leave no trace.
Yeah, but I feel like those people on there that don't respect anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you can't respect something like that, when you get up there, it's so breathtaking, your mind can't take it, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Your brain can't take in just how nice it is, can it?
No.
And often I'll ring my parents, because I don't know, you always get this feeling, I should ring my parents.
Satisfaction.
Yeah. Have you seen this? And they're just like, yes, we've been seeing it for years.
You do. You want to share it with the world, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
That summit sort of punch moment where you fists in the air.
Look at this place.
You are king of the world at that point, and it's fantastic.
Because you're just full of endorphins. There's nothing like being on a spot like that.
We've done Snowdon about 15 times now.
At least.
And we'll go back and do it more because of this very reason. It is our favourite trail. It's our favourite mountain.
Yeah.
All the different routes up and down it. It's just fantastic.
Yeah. None of them, I would say all of them have been incredible. None of them would I say is a letdown. We've never done the Lembreris track.
No, we haven't done Creepglock.
No.
Pronunciation, sorry.
Sorry.
Llanberis. And the whole route of the Raidu.
Yeah, so we've done, is it Raidu?
I'm not sure.
Oh, well, we haven't done all of that. We did some of it on the way down from the Watkins Path. So yeah, I mean, it is really important to look after the place. It has some incredible biodiversity. And there are certain flora, isn't there? Do you want to talk about the certain flora?
The Snowdon lily.
Yes, and it's only there, and it's endemic to that area, and it's very special. Actually, the ecosystem itself is extremely special, and it does even have its own weather system.
Oh wow!
So it's a very special place, so the top, what you see now, is a station and a cafe. Would you call it a cafe?
Yeah.
some people realise that miners need to eat and drink.
Yeah.
So they set up a...
Some of the first people to sell refreshments on top of the mountain were actually the miners.
Yeah, because they realised they can make a nice buck here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of miners here and they all need something to eat and drink. So some little very
thrifty or Welsh
man
person probably coined in on it.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
We're heading back down the mountain now, aren't we? I suppose at this
Yes.
point. Taking
So-
in all the views from the summit.
Hang on, no, well, the woman that fell over.
Oh, yes. Again, highlighting the treachery of mountain walking, and even on an accessible and, you know, populated mountain like Snowdon,
Yeah.
somebody had actually got their crampons in a twist, fallen over and done themselves a mischief. So the mountain rescue helicopter came in, and it must have spent about 45 minutes, maybe even longer.
Maybe longer trying to get her.
And then we decided actually not to go back down the Watkins that we came up.
No.
We decided to take the Raidu, which was a route that we'd never really explored before, but we knew connected back round onto the Watkins.
Yeah, you don't have to. So the Raidu, it goes straight and then it goes to the right. So instead, what we've done is gone straight across the ridge and then down to the left. So then met back round. But yeah, Kerry was a little bit anxious.
Yeah, again, it's another exposed section of the trail.
Yeah.
You've got an area with no sort of clutching points. So
No, there's nothing.
It was exposed, and I was jelly-legged. But I was so proud and so pleased. It was just one
It
of
was
those
beautiful, wasn't it?
really fantastic moments.
Yeah. And looking over that valley again, I've not seen that valley, so I've climbed that mountain X amount of times and not seen that piece of valley. And there's something about taking in a new piece of that area as well, because you think, oh, it's like unquestioning the question marks, what they call the fog of war.
Fog of war,
Yeah.
absolutely. The fog of war lifted, and we could see what
Could
laid
see it.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just proceeded along the Rideau, and then basically until we come to, I think it was a couple of stiles, and then there was a sharp drop off back down then onto the Watkins. It got to a point where you could sort of see back down over the valley.
Yeah.
You could see the buildings, you could see the Watkins path, and we just continued to head down into the valley.
To be honest, any trail up Snowdon is a glorious trail.
Yeah.
That you can't help but take your breath away. You can't help but love it. There's something about Snowdon, well, the whole of Snowdonia National Park really, but from wherever you are, whenever you see Snowdon, even if you haven't climbed it, it's just, I don't know, it always takes your breath away. It's something that lives inside your soul, and I'm not sure what it is about it. And no other mountain makes me feel quite the same way as Snowdon.
The romance, the magic.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everything. It's just brilliant.
I'm not sure what it is.
You actually pick up a section of the old miners' track, don't you?
Yeah, it's their wall as well. So obviously with the railways there, they always used to create these embankments and walls because they were so much slag heaps that it would be quite dangerous, especially for a train because they're heavy. So they used to create these embankments so that the railways were never in danger of collapsing. And yeah, we walked past that. We didn't actually know that was there, did we? And it was a really nice find.
Yeah.
And then then we walked down the old railway track. We could actually see the lines on the floor from the old track, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we just came back round, went back over the water and walked back down to the car, didn't we?
Yeah, back down to the car. And that was without a doubt to this day our favourite trail. So we're going to open this up to our UK brethren. Alex Cripps, Day Hughes Hikes, Dave Does Outdoors, Trev, Summit or Nothing, CJ, Wilder Hopes Adventures, Anthony Johnson, Alan Nesselman, Not Another Adventure Channel, Mr. Wild Wales. I'm going into YouTube meltdown here.
Hang on, what's Rachel up to?
Rambling Rachel, Lewinwold Travels, you name it. If you watch our channel, if you comment frequently on our videos, or you're a part of our, the YouTube community at the moment, join in. Show us your favourite trail. Hashtag my favourite trail.
Kerry. Hashtag
my favourite trail.
UK edition. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be long hikes. I mean, we've got some amazing trails in the UK.
Yeah, you've got the Southwest Coast Path, you've got, you know, Wainwright's Coast to Coast,
Yeah.
you've got the West Highland Way, you've got everything. I mean, the mountains, different routes up and down mountains, all those sorts of tracks.
It just has to be something that has touched your soul, something you want to go back to time and time again, and something you want other people to know about. It's so beautiful that you want to share it with everyone.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us today as we've showed you our hashtag My Favourite Trail. We hope you've enjoyed that, and we can't wait to see what yours are.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, and until the next time, stay safe, look after each other, and
enjoy those green spaces. See you later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, bye, bye.